Hi, this is Ken. This spiritual video is called Today I Am Going to Die. It is based on one of my books, and what it deals with are people who go through their entire lives wondering and doing all the things that they thought they're supposed to do, and yet they never really truly find happiness. What happens is after we are born, when the ego is born, which is what we learn in life, we start to believe everything that we've learned. And the ego ends up dominating the spirit is within each one of us. And it dominates it so much that until we get close to death, when the ego no longer has any interest in dominating us, because when we die, the ego dies as well, then our spirit all of a sudden can begin to be heard. And at that point in our life, on the day that we are about to die, we may realize that we've lived our entire lives doing what we thought we were supposed to do, listening to everything that the ego told us to do, to all the things that we learned and believed were true, and yet never were. On that day, as we get close to our death, when the ego finally relinquishes its control over our body and over our thoughts, at that point, what happens is that our spirit can finally be heard. And on that day, we finally re examine our lives. And for many who've gone through their entire life listening and believing everything that they've learned in their life, all of a sudden they understand that their entire life has been wasted, that they went through their life making a lot of money, working jobs they may or may not have liked. They may have been famous. They've done all the things that they were supposed to do, looking out for what was best for themselves, which is what the ego teaches us, is to do what's right and what's best for each of us. But on the day when the ego no longer has control and allows the spirit to finally be heard, on those people who have gone through their entire life, at that point, when they examine their life, they may realize that a lot of the things that they have done really have not brought any meaning or in their life, that they've lived their entire life in vain, doing what they thought they were supposed to do, never fully understanding or realizing that all of it would never lead to any meaning in their life. That is what is behind the book of Today I'm Going to Die. It is about an actress who is very famous, very wealthy, grew up with wealthy parents even, traveled all over the world, was adored by millions of people, yet was depressed, unhappy throughout her life, so much so that she drank alcohol every day, used drugs every day to try to mask those feelings to allow her to get through life. Yet on the day that she was about to die, she realized that all of those things were meaningless. Because when we die, just like everyone else who has had a very successful life, or what we taught has been a successful life, we'll all be buried either in a coffin or cremated and put in an urn. And we'll be buried without any of the material possessions that we have. And the only place that will be remembered will be within the hearts of other people and others that we had influenced during our life. Don't allow your life to go this way, the way that this book has been written. Don't allow yourself to be deluded throughout your entire life to believe everything that you have been taught to believe will bring meaning in your life. Absolutely none of it will. When your focus is only on yourself and what's best for yourself, and you believe that if you do all the things you've been told to do, everything will be better. When you finally get close to death, again, the ego allows your spirit to finally be heard because it has no interest anymore in protecting itself. Don't wait till that moment to awaken and realize that something can be done. You can awaken anytime in your life as soon as you decide that what you have learned may not totally be true and that the answers to life and meaning may be found elsewhere. This is Ken with another spiritual video. And a dog who does